Hello everyone and welcome back to the Great Book of Grudges. My name is Nathan and a small while back we spoke about a collection of mods which were Siege Battle. Different unique siege settlement maps which would kind of liven up your campaign because there's one major flaw in Total War Warhammer 3. It's the fact that everyone's basically using the same map over and over again, especially for the really famously known settlements, which can get really boring and is a big reason why a lot of people do auto-resolve various different sieges. Now, we spoke about a collection of mods by FS Ranger, which was hailed by the community as the start of the successor to GCCM, a map mod that a lot of us are missing, let's be very honest there. Now it looks like it's going to be a thing. See, this is now one mod, so you don't need to get a bunch of different mods downloaded, which can be a bit of an issue with your loadout, especially when a patch comes out. It's really annoying how a patch destroys loads of mods, but understandably it does work with the data files. So yeah, this is going to make it much better, and it does look like it's getting expansions as we talk about it. We talked about it last month. Since then, there's been the addition of 2 Norscan settlements, and this is actually really cool. They've been on screen right now. The idea is they replace the settlement maps for NORSCA to give you a little bit of a realism aspect to this, because for some reason, NORSCA doesn't have any walled settlements in Total War Warhammer 3. It's actually embedded into the game where you can't have proper walled settlements, where it's factually wrong. You know, we know about walled settlements in the lore. Hell, from a lore point of view, it'd be freaking stupid not to build walls or make use of many abandoned fortresses there, considering that pretty much most things in NORSCA are trying to kill you. It's irrespective if you're a chaotic Norscan tribe or not. Yeah, yetis, various dragons, a lot of mutated chaos beasts, they're going to be out to hunt you down. And the most important thing is they look freaking amazing, just like all the other maps that FS Ranger has already done in the past. And it's the important thing, right? It's amazing what can be done with just the vanilla assets and then adding in some more custom ones when modders start creating them. But yeah, you can get really, really cool looking things. And this is what's going to make your campaign a lot better, because I know a lot of people don't like the sieges, but having map variety makes it feel less soul-sucking. I'd recently done a campaign playing as the Beastmen. This was done on a live stream, and I was spending a lot of time in Bretonnia. Now, Bretonnia has like 2 maps, that's it. So as you can imagine, with a lot of settlements over there, it becomes, well, just not fun to play. Whereas if you have this, you get the Quran map, which we'll talk about a bit later. Right now it's the Araby map, which you can see here. This is Al-Haik, which by the way, you need the OVN Lost Factions mod to be able to see this map. Yep. It's just going to add a little bit of variety. There's a bunch of them, and we're going to be talking about these quite heavily because there's a bunch of details that we can find out from the modder themselves, and I think this is really cool. The successor to GCCM is building up, basically. It's going to take some time, as the modder even says, it takes around 70 to 100 hours to make one of these maps, and I do imagine, I'm not 100% sure here, but they must be using the Terry tools and so on, which I've tried myself personally, and believe me, Creative Assembly's tools are, oh boy, awful. The modder has stated on their Patreon that they're going to be working on Chaos Dwarfs next, which is pretty damn cool. It would be nice to see something pretty unique for them, as, again, they've got really cool maps, right? The Chaos Dwarfs actually have some nice looking maps, but variety, especially since the Darklands is so large, would be very helpful for everyone to have. Now, before we continue, I've got to stress this out. Don't badger the mod creator for mods on this map or that map. We have to wait, let them cook, because believe me, from my own attempt at this, this is not easy to do. But yeah, slowly but surely, we should be getting maps to fill out the world a little bit more. I can't wait to see what they do with, say, for example, a Lizardmen city, because, again, Lustra is large and everything is way too similar. And modders like FS Ranger should be celebrated because, look, we're likely not going to get a lot of maps from Creative Assembly. We will get, like, battle maps and so on, because that stuff is kind of regular. And if we do get any new races, which we'll talk about later on, I think maybe this week on the channel, well, that will also likely bring in a few maps, like settlement battles and major settlements and so on. But I don't imagine it coming in for the other races and factions, unless Creative Assembly do have the time and the budget, where right now I want them to focus on the factions more than the actual battle maps myself. So this is the current map list, which is pretty cool because you get it for the Immortal Empires, the Old World mod 2 and the Realm of Chaos, if anyone's still playing that. So for all the other races, like the stuff that we've already discussed before, it's replacing specific settlements. Whereas the two Norscan ones, the Altar of the Crimson Harvest and the Monolith of Bjorkil Bloody Hand, they're replacing the generic Norscan settlements. And believe me, I've been able to play a little bit. I've had some time to just relax mentally and play for about 2-3 hours. I fired up a Norscan campaign, and yeah, it's a little bit better. This means as a Norscan, it's going to be easier for you to defend yourselves, and if you're attacking Norsca, it's not going to be the same settlement over and over. Which the main one that I tend to see when it comes to the Norscan is that one that just kind of looks like a uterus. You know the one that I'm talking about, and you'll probably see that next time you play it. But yeah. There's also the Araby map, so there's one for a minor settlement, there's one for a major settlement, and you'll just basically need OVN lost factions for that to work. So that's 8 major settlements, mostly 6 named ones and 2 more generic style ones, and then obviously you get the minor settlement for the Araby one too. Now I'm not calling these generic as in they don't look good, I'm saying generic as you'll be seeing them fairly often in NORSCA, but it's going to be a massive difference to your campaign. Again, it's going to take a while before it gets to GCCM levels of content. This is the old GCCM map for Warhammer 2, and as you can see, yeah, you know, there was quite a lot of unique maps there. Basically everything that was colored in onto this map was something unique. But we're getting there with Warhammer 3, and that's the important thing, because it's catching up, and that's awesome. I can't wait to see how this progresses, because, again, when it comes to modding, it enhances the game. We've got very, very talented modders out there who are basically transforming it into something different. Obviously, you know, were it not for mods like the Old World mod, OVN Lost Factions, legendary characters, the game would have gotten stale very quickly, given that content is just not releasing as fast as it really should be. What you've been seeing on screen is maps that we've seen before, obviously from the last update that I did last month on this, but it's getting so impressive, and I feel like this is just going to get better and better. Again, 70 to 100 hours just seems freaking insane. No, I mean, it is insane, but yeah, it's worth the wait. Obviously, I don't want this modder to burn out, and neither should you guys want this too. Let them take their time, let them cook, because again, god damn it, is it special. Just think about how the possibilities this could be 6 months from now or a year from now, with a bunch of unique settlements for like the really important capitals. I mean, the NORSCA situation has already made NORSCA a lot better. Stuff like this is making Warhammer 3 feel like the Warhammer 2 status that we had. I know there's some people who don't like custom mods and stuff, but believe me, this is a mod that's just going to make the battle so much better. It's the same reason why people use stuff like legendary characters or OVN Lost Factions. It fleshes out the world. Immortal Empires Expanded, the Old World map. It's variety that is desperately needed when a game is so gargantuan. You need to have a little bit of spice there. I've showcased battles on this mod in the past, well, the previous standalone mods, and the great thing is it does work the majority of the times. There are some certain issues where units, AI units specifically, aren't moving in or just staying around walking for a while and so on. The mod has actually listed that as a possible bug. I've actually seen that bug happen in vanilla. It seems to just be the AI having trouble, so I wouldn't really see that as too much of a bad thing. And it's definitely not that regular, so it doesn't become one of those issues where, yeah, it just completely kills the immersion of the game. But yeah, try it out. It's in the link in the description below. Let me know what your thoughts are in the comments below. It's nice to see this as a collection, you know, as an actual successor to GCCM. With all that being said, guys, have a great day, and I'll see you all again very, very soon.